we have a lot to cover, and the time is going to go by fast. So Dave, can you just kind of set the ground rules? Can you give us a little something? Tell us about season 1 and how it all kind of came together.
Well, season 1, we were kind of moving beyond what we had done in Clone Wars, and we were targeting time period, and we knew we wanted to work between episode 3 and 4. So the main theme there really was Rebels, and I think something that we all wanted to explore was, well, what about a Jedi kid that grows up and there is no Jedi Order to find him? What do they do? Kids don't stop being born with the Force just because the Empire's taken over. So we kind of formulated a story based around a boy, and Simon wanted it to be a family dynamic and living on a ship. All the kind of things that we had grown up with in the era of A New Hope. The sense of living on the Falcon, a group of friends together that felt like a family, being chased by a galactic empire. All those things were different ingredients than we had really done on Clone Wars, which was very four-part arc, different character groups. So it just seemed a natural transition. And then by the end of it, the diabolical plan came together because I got to put Ahsoka Tano in it because she would still logically be alive.
How about you? How has this experience been for you in working on this show?
Oh, it's been amazing. I grew up on Star Wars. Star Wars was the reason I wanted to get into movies in the first place. So when I'd been working with the Lucasfilm folks on some of the features, and they came to me because they know I have 2 boys who love animated shows and now have grown up on Clone Wars, and asked me if I wanted to get involved, and I got so excited about it and excited about working with Dave.
Yeah.
And we really built it from the ground up, like he said, and the thing that was the most important to us, other than the time period and this notion of sort of creating a family of characters that would live on a ship together, was the tone, was making it as much like the original films as we could, to have the humor, the humanity, the sort of velocity of those original movies.
Yeah.
That was, as much as anything story-wise, it was the vibe of the show. That we spent a lot of time trying to create, and Dave did such a fabulous job with all of our artists at creating an aesthetic, a look for the show that feels like the original movies, but also has its own aesthetic to it as well, because it's based on a lot of the original art.
I'm going to start with you, Taylor, and we're going to go down the line. On a scale from 1 to 10, on a Star Wars fan scale, where would you have rated yourself before you started the show and now?
Okay, to be honest, don't hate me. I had only seen a few of the movies. Dave, everyone here knows it. So I'd say a solid 3.
Okay.
3.3.
And now?
Now like a 303, I'd say.
Okay. Tia?
I'm gonna just say, based on sheer ignorance, I would be at like a 4.2, and now I'm at like a 10.
Got one up on him. So that's
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. Always.
So sorry, and now? And now you are?
Oh, like what's the highest, 10?
10.
We're at a 10, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Mr. Bloom.
I hate judgment. I don't like numbers. I'm not good with them. So mine is sort of a sliding scale because I had the distinction of being there opening weekend for A New Hope. So that, I heard, gives me some cred. Even though I am completely ignorant about most things, I can't remember names, that I started with a little bit of cred going in. So I think I was solid 5 or 6 maybe,
really?
if I have to put a number on it. And now, all the way up to 11, baby. All the way to 11.
Now, Vanessa, I kind of feel I already know this, but where are you at?
Probably 10 to begin with. And I don't think we have, it's in quantify. I mean, you can't.
No numbers.
You can't put a number on the infinity of feelings that I have. Clearly, I can't even speak.
Oh.
I'm so happy. Yeah, it's intergalactic.
Now, I gotta say, when I heard you were cast as Kanan, I was really excited because I knew that you were a big Star Wars fan. So I was thinking, I was putting myself in your shoes going, he's just gotta be through the moon with this. So you were, I'm guessing, a pretty high number already to begin with on the scale.
Yeah, my mom taught me at a very young age, people are gonna make fun of you no matter what, so just commit to what you love and don't care what anyone says.
Great advice.
Take that with you. Applaud yourselves. Yeah, so I embraced, liking the stuff I liked a long, long time ago. I mean, like I said, this is from Star Wars. It's not from a cool fight that I had. You know, I'm not gonna tell you some fake story, but he got it worse than me. No, it was Star Wars. So I was an easy 10 going in, and I'm a 10 still to this day. But when Dave said this a long time ago when we first started, you know, for my generation, this is and even older, Steve.
Wow.
Even though I have more gray hair than Steve does. But it's in your DNA at that point. So when you hear "May the Force be with you," as often as you hear "I love you, Mom," it's sort of it works.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Now, Simon, do we need to ask? I mean,
I'd never seen a Star Wars movie until a couple of years ago. No. So I started a solid 1. No. My first memory, not of seeing a movie, but of life, was seeing New Hope.
Really?
And I waited in line and slept in a sleeping bag the night before Empire Strikes Back came out, and was on the streets of Westwood Village in a sleeping bag. So I would say I was at a solid 10,
Yes.
and if that's the max, it's never gonna go up or down. I'm at a 10 for life.
okay, good. Dave, do we even need to go there? Okay.
I would say that they've all been very fair.
Yeah.
Knowing them, I think that's all true. I think of you all that way, with Taylor with the most to learn, which is just like Ezra.
Yeah.
With the Mandalorian obviously having to put herself over on the next person, which is very fair. Steve being kind of right in the middle. You're never really sure how much he knows or not.
Fake
we
his
like
way
it.
through. Yeah.
This one, you know, I don't even know what to do with.
Super dork.
You know more, and it's amazing. You could almost challenge Pablo. I don't know. He's still the king. And then we've got you, which I will say. I mean, and everybody, Simon will remember this. We had to cast Rebels very, very quickly for a production. We had to get the show up and running so fast. So we only really, at the end of the day, what should take months, we had to do it in a matter of about a week.
Yeah. Wow.
And everyone said we couldn't do it. It was going to be really impossible. But when we had, the tryouts, people came into your reads. Simon, Greg Weissman, and I were all pretty much unified. Every time we said this person, this person, this person, it was always the same people. And I just remember, especially Freddie's read, because he knew it was Star Wars, even though we had cleverly coded it something else. He just knew, I'm not sure how, it was so obvious.
Because you called the lightsaber a sun sword.
That was not me. That wasn't
I
me.
would have picked up on that.
I don't know who did that. Isn't that a Thunder the Barbarian thing? But anyway, Freddie's read was instant Star Wars to me. You had the swagger that we needed for our Jedi, which is a unique role. So you nailed it, my man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Eckstein and D. Bradley Baker. How does it feel? Ashley.
Oh my goodness. Well, the secret was out for me after the season 1 finale. That was a hard secret to keep. But I was recording one day in the recording studio, and in walks D. Bradley Baker. And I looked at Dave, and I mean, honestly, I looked at D, and I just started crying. Like, tears coming down my face, because it had been over 2 years since we recorded together, and I didn't know, where Captain Rex was. I didn't know if Ahsoka knew where he was, and so I just started crying. I was so happy that Captain Rex was back.
Man. And Dee, tell us about that call. How'd you get that call?
Well, it kind of took my breath away, because I mean, the only hopeful thing I had was that Rex hadn't been killed off in the Clone Wars, and so there was still some hope of that coming back into the story. So I was more than thrilled, because I want to I want to see what this guy's still got in him, and I think the fans are really going to see that, along with a few of his clone friends.
Really
maybe I guess I'm not going to tell you much more about that. I'll leave that to you to tell you more of the details. But
look at those guys.
As you saw, to see these fellows going up, these old lions going up an Imperial Walker is it's pretty awesome. It's
Okay.
But to me, more importantly, I mean, this is a very exciting trailer as someone who loves Star Wars in the old way and as well as in the new manifestations. I mean, it looks just fantastic, and it feels fun and energetic. It's got the drama and the fun and the life that the cast already brings to it, and it is very exciting.
Live from the Anaheim Convention Center in beautiful downtown Anaheim, it's the 2015 Star Wars Fan Film Awards. And now...